Hi guys. So in this demo, I'm just going to show you how to do a cable for the Snoqualmie cardigan without a cable needle. And obviously this can apply to any single cabling project that you're doing. But I tried doing it both ways with the cable needle and without, and I just found this a little bit more intuitive. And it's just, I think it's easier for a beginner because you're not worrying about dealing with this extra needle. If we were to cable in a traditional way, I'm just going to show you on this legend. We are going to be knitting the second last stitch, the one that I have highlighted in yellow. And if you look at your legend, you can see that that stitch is pointing in the left direction. And then the directions say to slip 2 stitches to the cable needle and hold in front, and then knit the 2 stitches that are still on the left-hand needle, and then knit the 2 stitches from the cable needle. So by holding that needle in front and then knitting these 2 stitches first, you're basically pulling these 2 needles to the front and wrapping them around the next 2 stitches. So if we were to do this on a cable needle, it would look like you would just take these 2 stitches, you'd slide them off, you'd knit these 2, and then you'd knit these 2. And by knitting these after these ones, or by knitting the stitches on your cable needle after the stitches on your regular needle, you're kind of pulling them to the front. I really don't like knitting that way. I don't find it intuitive at all. And on Instagram, the wise knitters of Instagram recommended this technique, and I love it. And I'm hoping that you're gonna like trying it too. So what we're gonna do, and this is where I got a little bit messed up because the directions are telling you to hold the stitches in front, but you're actually gonna go for this particular stitch. They're going to tell you to go to hold the stitches in front, but you're actually going to stick your needle in the back of the 2 stitches that you're moving over. So I'm putting the needle in the back of those 2 stitches. I'm sliding the 2 first stitches off the needle, and then I'm putting them back on my needle. So you're basically all you're doing is moving the stitches. If you can just think of it that way, you're moving those 2 stitches to the left, and as you're moving them, you're wrapping them around, and so these 2 stitches are wrapping around the front. And then you just put them back, you put your needle back in those stitches you just put on your right hand needle, and then you knit. So at this point, it's a little bit tight. You're gonna find that stitch is gonna be a little bit tight, and when you get to the end of that cable, you're gonna see there's a little bit of laddering here. Don't stress out. When you go to block this piece, that laddering is gonna go away. So now I'm just gonna knit, or I'm gonna purl my next 4 stitches till we get to the next cable. So the next one I'm gonna show you is just going in the opposite direction. So this would be the stitch here. It's the last stitch. The directions say slip 2 stitches to cable needle and hold in back, and then knit 2 stitches from the left hand needle, and then knit 2 stitches from the cable needle. So again, it's a little bit counterintuitive. So it's saying that you need to move the 2 stitches here to the back. In order to do that, we actually have to go into the front of the 3rd and 4th stitch, pull everything off, take your left hand needle, go and pick up those 2 stitches you just dropped, then grab the 2 that you put on your right hand needle, and we're gonna knit these again. And it's a little bit tight. Ooh. And as you can see with the Snoqualmie yarn, it does, I find, split on the needle a little bit, and I probably would have fixed that, but I just want to show you. Okay, so now you can see that these stitches we've pulled those 2 over, and these ones are going into the right direction, and the first round we did, they're going into the left direction. If it looks a little tight right now, I should have actually knit another 2 rows, but for the sake of this demo, I just wanted to show you. So hopefully that's clear.